What's up, everyone? Back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from the HOMES Brewery, and they are out of Ann Arbor, Michigan, and this is their CYNOSURE, the raspberry, blueberry, and lemon variant. So they're calling this one a Sour Double IPA that is brewed with lactose and dry hopped with Waimea, Motueka and Pacific Gem hops, then blended with the aforementioned 3 fruits, and then finally aged on vanilla beans. It comes in at 7.5% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 8 months old. And I'm gonna give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka No Jinx, for hooking me up with this one. Jeff and his wife came to the Western New York / Finger Lakes region back in November of 2021. We hung out and he brought me a care pack because that's what Jeff does, and he brought me a lot of HOMES beers. This is the, I think it's the second to last beer I have from that care package. I have this one and one more CYNOSURE, and then we're done with the package. But I have enjoyed everything that I have tried so far, and I love HOMES' fruited sours, whether they're IPAs, double IPAs, whatever the case may be. And this one sounds pretty damn good. Raspberry, blueberry, and lemon. I've had, I think, 1 or 2 other in the CYNOSURE series, maybe actually more like that, like 3 or 4 at this point. But yeah, I don't know what to expect from this one. I do think, though, based on what I know about HOMES lately, they've switched over. I think they used to just brew with the fruits, and now they're actually like blending it with fruit puree. So these are like a heavily fruited sour to some degree. So yeah, anyway, 8 months of age on it. It's one of those things where I think we should be fine, because a lot of times I don't get the hop forward character of a lot of these beers, especially from HOMES. And if we do, cool. If not, still thinking it's going to be quite delicious. Anyway, let's give it a pour here and see what we got. So I got this oversized wine glass that I bought recently, and I really love these glasses. They're pretty fantastic. Am I going to be able to fit all of it in? Yep. Beautiful. Yeah, I think these are like 18.5 or 19 ounce glasses. So 50, 16 ounce beers right in here. So yeah, it has this like purple magenta color. Yeah, see, now, when I reviewed some CYNOSUREs in the past from Jeff, they didn't have the pectin fruit puree kind of ring around it, because again, I think they were brewing with the fruits and not like blending it with it, but definitely blending with it now. You can see it there. So that looks like, you know, some kind of crazy like blackberry juice, I would say. Very murky and turbid. Again, more of a purple color. There was about a 1 to 2, like 1.5 finger head that was like straight up pink. It's now dissipated to a thin film because of all of the adjuncts, but that looks like something that would have raspberries, blueberries, and lemons in them. So I don't know when you're going to see this, but the other day I reviewed Drecker's blueberry and lemon brains, and it reminded me of Intenman's, like the coffee cakes they used to have that had they'd had different fruited ones. It was like opening a box of that. That's kind of what hit me in the face, and that's what's happening here, but more raspberry than blueberry. It's like a raspberry Intenman like coffee cake. This one, though, smells more like tart and acidic and sour on the nose. Like, I feel like you can just smell that this is going to be a sour beer of some sort. The lemon's definitely kind of hitting me. I think in order it's going lemon, raspberry, blueberry. So on the label here, I think they list raspberry first and lemon last. I think I would actually reverse those two and keep blueberry in the middle for what I'm smelling. It does have like a berry sweetness to it. Definitely smells... again, almost cakey-like, probably from the vanilla beans in addition to the fruit puree, but not as big as that Drecker one. I'm really getting no hop smell whatsoever. Again, 8 months old. I don't really expect it. Yeah, it smells really good. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again, Jeff. Ooh. Oh, that's different. Wow, what does that taste like? It just hit my palate. And for a second, I got like some kind of specific taste that I've got to go back and investigate. What is that mid-palate? To me, this tastes like I think it's Luigi's, a raspberry Italian ice. But like in 7.5% sour double IPA fruited form. That's kind of what it tastes like. Body in this one's like higher side of medium body. Despite the fruit puree, it's not like super thick, but it does have a nice heft behind it for 7.5. Dude, it's crazy. Hang on. Let me go back for another second. The mouthfeel, there's a lot of carbonation. It has a nice smoothness. It's not really creamy or soft. It's more carbonated. Body and mouthfeel are fine. They're actually pretty good. The taste is crazy, though. Right front, sweet. Again, I think it's Luigi's Raspberry Italian Ice. That's what I'm getting right at the forefront. Or like you took the raspberry one and mixed it with like the lemon flavor. Like you just combine those two. That's what I'm getting. The blueberry for me is getting kind of lost. It's mostly raspberry and lemon. And it's a big sweet kind of blast at the front of the palate. As it passes through, though, there's a tartness that begins, and it just keeps on climbing and climbing and climbing, and it becomes a very low sourness. So it does get in the sour range. On the back of the palate, it finishes moderately acidic. I feel like I might get heartburn by the time I'm done drinking this can. This is bone dry to me. When I go back each sip, like my tongue is like sandpaper. Just there is no saliva left in my mouth. Like a couple seconds after, then it starts building up. My mouth starts watering again. I'm like, I gotta go back. Take that sip. Everything's dry again. I don't like super dry beers, but I like the flavor profile of this one, so I'm gonna allow it. I'm gonna forgive it for being super dry. This is really nice. Again, I wish I saw maybe a little bit of influence here from the blueberry outside of like maybe the color. Maybe it's bumping up a little bit of the tartness, low sourness. The only thing else I would like to see is some kind of hop character here. I'm not getting any. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit and be like, oh, everyone's sold, it held up. If it did, I would say it doesn't. This is drinking to me like a really dry. Maybe I'm mistaking the dryness for a little bit of a bitterness. I don't think so. But even though that the double IPA portion of this beer is gone, I still really dig this. It's a fun, different kind of take on a fruited sour double IPA. I can safely say I've never said Luigi's Italian Ice ever in my life when it comes to tasting a beer, but here we are. So I really like this one. Is it amazing? No. Is it my favorite within the series? Definitely not, but I like it. And I like it quite a bit. So I'm going to give CYNOSURE the raspberry, blueberry, and lemon variant from Homes. I'm going to give that a low 4.25 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.2 out of 5. I think this is really nice, really tasty. It would get into the higher 4.25 into low 4.5 if it was a little less dry and maybe I got some hop character. Maybe the blueberry snuck in at some point, but as is, it's really good. Price point availability, I believe price point on this one was $20 a 4-pack. Jeff, correct me if I'm wrong, as usual. And I believe availability, Homes. I don't think they get any distros. So if you can go to Homes and you're around the Ann Arbor area, go check them out. They make some great beers, especially if you like IPAs, fruited sours, things of that nature. They kill it. I really like the CYNOSURE series, the Metaform series. Beers like that are just right in my wheelhouse. And this is really good. And what I like about this one, is it's not too sweet. It has a pretty big sourness, like I said, a low sourness component, and it has a decent acidity. So it's kind of balanced. I would say this one actually leans more like acidic and sour, and that I rarely say that about any kind of sour beers or fruited sours. Most often than not, something like this leans a little bit more sweet, and it's like, oh, I wish I had a little bit more something to break it up, and not this one. I think it's pretty damn good. And 7.5%, no fucking way. I taste no alcohol on the palate, so that's voodoo for 7.5%. So 4.2 is a pretty damn good score. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. Jeff, thank you, good sir, for hooking me up with all these beers. I have one more. It's their Cara Orange Apricot and Hibiscus, and I'm going to review that exactly on the 1-year can-down date. I did that with his Metaform cherry that he gave me, and it's fun kind of reviewing a beer exactly a year old. So I can't wait to get into that one. But that is the last beer I have from Jeff. And I can't thank him enough for hooking me up with all these Homes beers. He's my Homes hookup. That's what he is. But he's also a good friend. So anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Thanks again to Jeff. Thanks to everybody. Till the next one. Cheers.